WCSM's General Store is recorded at 70X7 Studio. WCSM is brought to you by Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center. Christine Flynn, your local Farmers Insurance agent. For Good Reasons Roofing, your local hometown roofing specialist. The AME Group for all your technical needs. And by Sanders Insurance, your local independent insurance experts. And now, WCSM's crew.
Well, good Friday afternoon to you. It's another edition of the General Store from the 70X7 studio. Thanks for joining us. Bill's still out with the move and everything, so the move. But
coming to a neighborhood near you.
Curt, Mark, and I are still here, and of course Mike and Carter. I haven't mentioned them, I don't think, for a few weeks.
Producers.
So.
Yeah.
Thank you to them, and thank you to our top fans. Let's go ahead and highlight a few of those if you don't care.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Top fans this week: Mike Arthur, Bill Babcock, Steve and Deanna Stickles, also Delbert Hayes, Marcy Krebs, Morgan Volrich, also Rob Hamrose, Craig Davis, thank you, Craig, Kathy Martinick, Dave LaBrash, Libby Rader, Stephen Hawkins, Deborah Smock, Chris Hill, and Karen Swango.
Thank you so much. I'm hearing some different names in there, so that's
Karen,
kind of fun.
she actually has the same birthday as me.
Oh,
She's
right?
1 year older, I believe.
very good.
But I'm not going to give her age away.
Well, very good. So you must, apparently you know her.
Yeah, we grew up to the same neighborhood.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our sponsors. We don't give them enough love, I don't think. And so we hope that you'll do that for us.
Yeah.
Anytime that you're looking for any of the services that our sponsors provide, we would love for you to give them your business and tell them that the General Store sent you. We would
Absolutely
appreciate
right.
it so very much.
Now, did we get a new sponsor on Mark's shirt?
No.
No.
No. Okay.
No. Why don't you go talk to him?
Okay.
People can't see this.
People can't see.
No,
People
no.
can't
Well,
see.
they can't see it now
It's
with your
just
hand over the
it's
top
just
of
an
it.
orange shirt. That's all we need to do.
I barely noticed at all
I
the
know.
orange over there.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, story.
So last week
Try
I
to
was
wear
going to
different
talk
color.
about this, but we had a bit of a shift and we decided to
That's
talk
right.
about the conspiracy theories. So,
Right.
so now I want to go back to the TikTok video I saw that completely blew my mind. I couldn't believe this, and especially after I had just had a conversation, actually with a couple people, and we've talked about this before about, college and versus trade or whatever, but that's not even really the conversation I was having. It was more that I hate it now that they've changed it to where kids have to declare their major before they go to school. They're 18 years old. They don't know what they want to be when they grow up, but they have to declare a major and pick those courses. And, before they ever set foot on campus, which I think stinks. Used to, you could go in your freshman year and you could just do general studies and kind of figure a few things out, but they don't allow that anymore. And so I saw this this video. First of all, I didn't realize, our English, I shouldn't say our English language necessarily changed. I guess our vocabularies
Our lexicon
is changing so much with different words. Now people aren't dead, they're unalived.
What?
Yeah.
Your microphone's just a little
Like that?
Yeah,
I got it.
Thank you.
Okay,
wait,
so
wait, what?
Yeah, that's it. They're doing that on the news
if
stories.
they're unalived,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to say dead anymore because it hurts people, or I guess it's too graphic.
So we're talking like toddlers now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so now you're unalived. Or homeless people, you cannot say homeless. They are unhoused.
I have heard that one.
And so here's the
Just for the record, it doesn't change anything, folks.
No, right? I don't know
It
why.
does change the news reports because every news report I read now is unalived.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. But it's because we're all led around by our
Seriously?
feelings.
It is
And
true.
so the word dead, I think, it triggers people. I don't know. But regardless, there's still not a lot.
Yeah, they would just have some
But
type
anyway.
of
So here's,
landslide or something. They said thousands were unalived. I'm like,
it's bizarre. But anyway.
It's gibberish is what it is.
No.
Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
gibberish.
understand. I don't understand.
Is
but-
unalive even a word without the D on it?
Well, it is now. I'm sure if you look in the dictionary, it's probably there. But
unalive.
and here's
I've
another.
heard not alive. I'm sorry.
Here's
Keep going.
another one that changed. I think just this year. I've never heard this term before. Usually, it's considered what's your major? Like, what are you majoring in? Like, what's your major? And then I'm majoring in this with a minor in, right?
Correct.
Now it's your, and now I'm going to forget the word. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe I went through all that and can't remember the word.
Push pause, folks.
No,
Let her think.
I'll think of it here in a minute. But anyway, so
Little things twirling over her head.
concentration.
There it is.
It's the concentration. Now it's your concentration
I thought that was orange juice.
is on, instead of having a major, my concentration is in.
With a okay.
That's the new
I think
word.
I've heard that before for the sidebar.
Concentration?
Like my major is this.
I think it
with
was a game
concentration
show.
in that.
Okay.
That's what I'd
I've
always.
never heard that
Okay.
word used before, and
Okay.
but now that's what I guess that's the new word.
Are
for
you
your
you
major.
unalived? What's going on?
I know. I think I
What's-
am unalived. No, but I mean, some of the so the TikTok video I saw was recent NYU, so New York University graduates were being interviewed on what their degree was, and I want to go through some of these with you. And so here, okay, so the first one was environmental science and sustainable business. So that would be science of the environment, right?
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And then sustainable business. The word sustainability to me is
the opposite of unalived.
right. Yes.
To keep going.
But
So he's
sustainability,
still there.
They use sustainability a lot in, like, I upcycle, like thrifted clothes.
Okay.
Trying to keep clothes out of the landfills. It's sustainable clothing. It's like we're trying to
Keep them
use
from
what we
becoming
have. Does that
unalive.
make sense?
Make it.
So
use it up.
So what would
Wear it out.
sustainable? What would a sustainable business degree? What would that? Do you have any idea?
Sustainable business. I would. My guess would be it would be something to do with the environment, like sustainable, like they run on solar or clean energy,
Right.
or
Okay.
wind, or
Yeah, that makes sense. Going hand in hand with the environmental
composting,
science.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
So sustainability.
Not leaving footprint.
It's carbon footprint, especially when they
Yeah.
say in the environmental
Yeah.
studies.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's just my guess.
So there's that
That's
one.
my guess. I didn't go to NYU, so
No,
I really,
I don't know.
I can't really comment.
I didn't go to college at all. I barely got through high school.
And yet
Is that
all
a-
her
And I
data
am
straight from-
proud
Is that
of
a
it.
pose for the poster child?
Mike, did you catch that? Okay, you got
Of course
that.
he got it. And yeah, it'll be the new thumbnail, I'm sure, for our
Oh yeah.
podcast. That's okay though. I don't care.
Whatever you can do to help.
You might
I am-
care after you see the video.
I am unashamed of being just barely a high school graduate. Although I will say this, I failed social studies in high school, and I had to retake it. But now I'm really mad at myself because I absolutely love history. Love it, especially United States history.
So listen, you either graduated or you didn't, and you did.
I did
So
graduate.
I mean, you are a high school graduate.
Okay.
Right. So
Thank
I mean,
you. Thank you,
yes,
Curt.
I just
Thank you, Curt.
I just want to say
I appreciate
the,
that.
the guy who
who
came in
graduates
last
at law school. They call him a lawyer.
or medical school.
Right.
They
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
A doctor.
It's
I'll
okay.
take it.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Okay,
Sheila.
thank you. Oh, I'm not ashamed.
Oh yeah, you covered that.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
She's unashamed.
But here is exactly, that's it, right there. So here's the next one.
Yes.
This is a degree. Performance of self.
Oh yeah.
Now this is about a $400,000
Oh,
total degree. Like
This is a racket.
Is that
what
called a
this is,
stand-up
folks.
comedian?
performance of self. What is that? I mean, I don't know.
Singer?
No, I don't think it
Say it
was
one more
an
time.
artist.
Say it again.
Performance of self.
Self.
What does that mean? Does that mean like
Whoa.
everything is all about me, and like
sounds like it.
inward, like it teaches you how,
It sounds like.
or does it teach you how to perform as yourself, or does it? I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
If you know what that
Wow.
means,
Let us
comment
know.
below. I
Especially for $400,000, I'd settle for half in cash.
yes, right.
So, performance
Of self.
Of self.
And these were,
Okay.
I mean, these were the graduates saying this themselves. I mean, this wasn't just like
was this in this
conjecture on
video?
somebody.
It was somebody like, was it a late night video?
No, it was like man on the street. They were talking. They were interviewing.
Was he like making a point about?
No, they just said,
anything?
"Hey, you've just graduated. What's your?"
Okay, so
But they didn't say major. They said, what was your concentration?
Yes, right.
But so he wasn't trying to make fun of
No.
them. This was a serious.
Like he was just
We're
asking everybody
celebrating.
what their majors were,
Right.
or what their degrees.
They
what
weren't
got.
asking like, what's the ocean
Right.
to the east?
No,
of the
yes,
ocean?
right. It wasn't one of those.
Okay.
Which I love those.
Which I do too.
I love those.
Did they go to concentration camp?
Right.
Man, I hope not.
I don't know. Okay, here's the next one.
That's one you want to avoid.
This is the whole.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the whole thing: creative direction, production, and narrative through the arts, performance, and written word.
So I definitely have to have a business card for that. I could not remember all that.
Creative direction, production, and narrative
Okay.
through the arts, performance, and written word. So is that maybe something to
That
do?
sounds like
So,
theater or
theater, creative,
painting.
major,
Yeah.
like literature, maybe.
maybe marketing, some
Yeah.
type of putting those things out to the forefront. But why aren't we just saying I'm a creative director? You know,
Yeah.
producer,
yes,
right?
It's not inclusive.
or literature, or is it classical literature? I don't know.
Because if I'm
Written
applying-
word is
If I'm applying for a job, I really want that title to be as generic as possible.
Right.
I don't want to be like, oh, this, and this, and this, and they go, no,
No, you
that's
didn't
not. It's,
put
we
this
don't-
one word in there.
We don't need.
that's
we don't need
kinda-
this.
That's
you
kind of
know.
what the point the guy was. I think was the point was trying to be made was that what are HR departments going to
What are they going to do with it?
What are they going to do? These people are unemployable because what do you do with that? Like, you know what I mean? Which is is the whole point
Yeah.
now. This conversation
Right.
that kind of I was wanting to have was that so many of these kids are graduating with these type of degrees, and now they're all over TikTok saying, "I can't get a job. What am I going to do?" It's
Start paying your student loans for one thing.
No, we're paying those.
Those are going to
Oh,
be paid.
Yeah, we're paying those.
Don't have to worry about that.
They're good. They're
You're
good
right.
there.
You're right.
Which
But
is
this is what
totally
we're-
fair to the parents who worked hard and paid for their.
But this is what
Yeah,
we're
it-
paying for.
Yeah.
These are the degrees we're paying for.
I know.
Okay, and I'll give you another one.
Hope we get a refund.
Four so far.
Get-
Refund.
Yeah, so-
Refund.
Playoffs.
Okay, so journalism.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Journalism.
But journalism and Latin American studies with an emphasis in human rights, collective memory, and political violence.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's a common concentration at IU, I think.
I'm having a hard time concentrating.
I'm having a hard time even listening to you say the entire thing. I graduated with a
Let's
degree in
say
English.
that. Let's say that
That's
one.
what I did.
No, seriously.
That's what I did.
Mine was political science. Yeah, concentration.
Journalism, which we got journalism, but Latin American studies with an emphasis in human rights, collective memory, and political violence.
Collective memory. What's that mean?
What do we do?
So does that mean like remembering, like the study of political violence, like
Costa Rica.
in other countries, like
Well, it's Latin America, so you got to go south.
I don't know. What is this, and where do they get a job?
I don't know what to do with that. I have no idea what to do with that.
Someone said they're going to get a job on MSNBC, but
I think Daniel.
Well,
I think
yeah.
the name Daniel Ortega is going to come up in that concentration.
I think that they're going to be serving Starbucks
he was
coffee,
politically
is what they're gonna be
violent.
doing.
Oh.
That's
He
what
was
they're gonna be
politically
doing.
violent in
I've got
Latin
more.
America.
I've got a whole rest of the list, and
Yeah.
we're going to finish these coming
Okay.
up.
Wow.
Right after this break. So if you have
Yes,
any
the
comments,
concentration.
If you know what any of these are, seriously, help us out and
Concentrate.
comment below. All right, we'll be right back after this break.
Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center is the place that you need to go to keep your car running in perfect order. On the outside chance your car is not running in perfect order, Chad's has a shop over on State Road 46 in Ellisville that'll give you a free estimate and reasonable rates and get your car back on the road. Now, to keep it that way, you need to hightail it over to Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center located at 1357 South Liberty Drive. You know exactly where that is. That's just right around the corner from Menards. Now, check this out. Every 7th oil change is free. That's right. Absolutely free. I don't think you can get any better than that. Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center, 1357 South Liberty Drive in Bloomington.
For Good Reasons Roofing, that's the number 4, goodreasons.com. They want to be your local hometown roofing specialist. Whether it's hail damage, storm damage, worn out and just plain old damage, or maybe it's new construction. Whatever your 4 reasons are to have a new roof, their 4 reasons are honesty, integrity, quality, and kindness. For Good Reasons Roofing. Give them a call at 812-360-4469. They'll give you a free inspection and a transparent quote. You will be completely satisfied because Tony Pulliam will not let it be anything less than your satisfaction. Look for them at forgoodreasons.com. That's the number 4, goodreasons.com, or call them at 812-360-4469. For Good Reasons Roofing, your local hometown roofing specialist.
Just want to take a moment to talk about our newest sponsor we're really excited about, Sanders Insurance, joining the gang here at WCSM's General Store. They are located at 5641 West State Road 46 in Ellettsville. If you're familiar with that address, it's because Levi Sanders, their general agent, has been at that location for quite a few years. They are now an independent insurance agency, which means they have access to the best companies that serve your particular needs. Each client is given a dedicated team that works together to address all of your concerns. They offer all types of personal insurance coverages, ATV, boat, watercraft, auto insurance, even renter's insurance. So, do you own a business? Give one of their agents a call and start saving money on commercial insurance coverages, including apartment, building owners, builder's risk, auto body shops, you name it. Sanders Insurance gives you the ability to choose the best carrier for your insurance needs. That's the main advantage to using an independent insurance agency. They'll work with the best to satisfy you. Give them a call, 812-876-7831, or visit them on the web at sandersinsurance.co and tell them the General Store sent you. You'll be glad you did.
There's conspiracy about
It was a conspiracy theory. No, that was last week's show. We've moved on.
All right.
We thought it was a short in Mark's.
Yes.
In Mark's
So-
microphone.
There was a short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short little off button.
Exactly.
All right, I'll take care of him.
All right, no, this-
Moving right along.
This week we're talking about some of the degrees
Concentrations.
now, concentrations or majors. Okay, so here's where we left off. Now, this is sociology of environmental communication. So, I mean, I get environment.
Yeah. Sociology. I mean, that's in what?
Sociology of environmental communication. So, are you communicating to the environment, or I guess maybe about the environment?
I would say about
Yeah.
the environment.
So you're
Environmentally speaking.
So you're
Right.
talking about
But
global warming
communications,
and climate
I mean,
change, and
it could be internal or external, communications, whether that's inside the business, stakeholders, policies, whatever. I mean, that could be a ton. So that's not
that one's the least of confusion.
Yeah.
So far.
I'm gonna put a mediocre on that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a maybe.
Okay, and this one I think
Not that I want to pay for that degree or anything.
no. Okay, music business, which is pretty straightforward, and
Okay.
gender studies,
Okay.
which is I think pretty common now.
Okay.
Care. The minor I understand completely. It's disability studies, but the front end of it, the major is care politics. with a minor in disability studies. So is that someone who is working, their degree would be applied, say, working for the ADA?
Why am I always suspicious when somebody says they care? You know, anytime that word gets brought up, if it's not from somebody I trust,
Right.
I'm always suspicious of it. So when you put care with politics,
Yeah, it's kind of frightening, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, that really, I'm already put off.
You just want to say, no, you don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You have no idea. You don't know me.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
So, I mean, anyway, but
Okay.
Tom T. Hall had a song called "I Care."
He sure did.
he did care.
All right.
Yeah.
Next, we have art.
How do you
I
spell
can't
that?
believe $400,000
How do you spell art?
as a social mechanism.
Yeah, well, sure.
Yeah.
Art as a social mechanism.
So, and what would you consider art, which we've all seen has been nothing short of
So art to me,
Obnoxious
I don't know.
and
Every time I see the
awful.
the word, just the plain word art, I always
Yeah.
think painting, or you know,
yeah,
what you know what I
actual
mean?
art.
Yeah, like an art instead of
Yeah.
like. I mean, I know there the arts. There's
Oh,
music
yeah.
and there's
statues
yeah,
and
all those things.
Yes,
But
yeah.
art as a social mechanism, I don't know
Yeah.
how that would be
to
applied.
change the world, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Artfully so.
Change the world. Is that an Eric Clapton song?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
Well, it didn't sound anything like that.
What,
But anyway.
why did he sing that?
Okay.
So
He was
wouldn't
an
have-
artist.
So you wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Right.
That was a dig. That was a dig.
That's nice. I like
Okay.
it. I like it a lot. Okay.
Like a little.
Dramatic. Now, this one I think this one's understandable.
Okay.
Dramatic writing and theatrical adaptation. So that's a screenwriter.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right.
I think.
Which I would
Well, dramatically
again,
speaking.
I would put screenwriter.
I would get. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'm showing up
Yeah.
screenwriter.
But see, that's what I'm saying. They're
Yes.
changing the English vocabulary to have
Yeah.
all of these, you know. It's like, can you not just say screenwriter?
So I don't know if we mentioned during this break, but these are actual degrees from
NYU, New York
NYU.
University, yes.
These folks have just graduated.
Which is about a $400,000 cost.
Yeah.
To get a 4-year.
Which means it might be a little less, it might be a little more.
Yeah. Oh, here's one. I dare you to figure this one out.
Oh, I dare you.
Challenge.
Here we go.
Concentrate.
His concentration was equilibrium or negotiated paradox.
Oh my.
It sounds balanced to me.
Mike's probably the smartest one in the room. What is that?
Equilibrium.
I mean, that what equilibrium? And here's the thing: it's not like equilibrium and a minor in. It's
Yeah.
it's or equilibrium or negotiated paradox.
Now is equilibrium maybe another word that they're using now for equality? Would that
I
be
don't know.
equity? You know, something like that. I don't know.
Isn't your equilibrium is your
it's your balance,
or-
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So balance.
So balance meaning equal on both sides.
Equity. I bet.
But again, who's deciding that?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll just go
Well,
there.
he
again.
is. He's got a concentration.
He's clearly got the credentials for it.
Wow. Okay.
I love it, but paradox at the end.
Yeah. That's really a paradox.
A negotiated paradox.
That's what we talked about.
I used to
but
be a
it's still
negotiator.
paradox.
I don't know. Okay, next is so the first one I'm assuming is always the major and then the minor, right? So queering,
At this point, really, what does it matter?
right? I know, right? Queering
Yes.
and decolonizing theater practice.
we
I don't
went 4 years for this.
queering and decolonizing
So you make-
theater practice.
You make a query like
no queering, like a verb, like an
so
action.
this is not an inquiry.
No, it's like
So when you use the word queer, are we
Yes,
talking
it's
about something
queering.
that's weird or off or
I'm
is that
assuming
how
it's
they're
like
using this word?
Queer gender, queer. It's like queer studies, like LGBTQ.
Okay.
I think it's
because I don't think I've heard the word queer used since like the 80s.
no.
or maybe
well,
the
it's
90s.
It's used quite.
So
a
now
bit,
it's
I
coming
think,
back
in
as
the
a
LGBT.
as a throwback
because
word.
LGBTQ is queer.
Is queer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so queering
As in
I don't
making
but
things
that's an
queer.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Is that what we're doing?
Decolonizing theater practice.
We've accomplished
I don't know.
that.
I don't know.
So theater has been colonized. According to that major, right? Theater has
Yeah,
been
you're
colonized, so we're decolonizing.
Decolonizing
through
the practice
queering.
of theater. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't know
Okay.
theater was colonized. Or maybe isn't theater a war or battle term? A
Can be,
military
like the
term?
Pacific, like the Pacific. I've heard
So
that
what
before.
if theater in this instance, decolonizing theater practice, would that make sense? More sense? No, I just was reaching there maybe. I don't know.
I'm still scratching my head.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, next.
Theoretically. Scratching my head.
Very queer.
Journalism, post-colonial studies, and psychoanalysis.
Okay.
Journalism, post-colonial studies, and psychoanalysis.
Okay.
No?
Post-
Anybody? Anyone?
Newspapers since colonial times.
Post-colonial.
What's... yeah. Mike.
Yeah. I just, it's a good point though. Where do you take these?
No, that's right.
These majors and these degrees and
How do
say,
you apply them to a
this
job?
is what I do. We'd love to have you serve coffee here. Absolutely. Yeah, we would.
Now,
Yes,
here's
please. Yeah.
something I did hear someone that had shared this. You know how they do, are they called, they're not called, are they called stitches? Where, anyway, someone was commenting on this same list of majors or whatever, degrees. And they said,
Threads.
no, it's where what they're saying is our government is going to hire all these people because they're going to create jobs with these majors in mind. So we're going to be paying their salaries.
So I would just challenge anyone to tell us where someone with these degrees can get a job. Where can you apply some of these?
Or even just simple, like, give me a day in the life of your job with this.
Yeah.
If you've got a job
Yeah.
with this, tell me what your day looks like.
Right.
Once you're hired.
I
Right.
think it's a professor at NYU.
Professor?
Yeah.
Or that too.
Yeah.
Or a government job. I don't know.
Academia just creating their own
That's about
workforce
all you
there.
can do.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. I don't think this one is nearly as far-fetched. I don't think. Philosophy of science and theater. That one's pretty straightforward,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's understandable. I think.
Yeah. I still wouldn't want my kid getting it, but okay.
Right, yeah, right. But at least the words make sense
Right.
altogether.
Right.
Yeah. The criminal mind, which is, this is how the person said it, the criminal mind, which is criminology and applied psychology. So that makes sense. Like that's
Yeah.
a criminal,
I mean, there's definitely some, I think.
a criminology degree,
Yeah.
right?
There's definitely some use in that to get into
Now, what
these.
would that be, like FBI?
I would say like a
CSI?
profiler type
Profiler, okay.
type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
situation,
Okay.
to get
Like
into
the
these
blacklist.
people's heads. Yeah, to get into these people's heads and
Okay.
help maybe save people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that one I thought was,
Kudos on that one.
yes. She's getting a job.
She's getting a job.
Yeah. And then finally, the last one I have here is, and this one I think is explanatory too. International business and fashion through sustainable development, which is what I do with upcycling.
Yeah.
So there's a lot
Yeah.
of college-aged girls and guys that are now taking to sewing machines, and they're creating their own brand of clothing using thrifted or sustainable materials, trying to keep them out of the landfills, which I think is awesome. I love that. And they're going to all of these, they're called, they have a name for them, like they're called rag shops or something like that, where they have like tons of materials and fabrics and clothes that are headed to the landfill, and these people go in and rescue them and make clothes out of them.
Yeah.
And then they're creating their own sustainable brands of clothing. So I'm assuming that's kind of because it says
So-
fashion through sustainable development.
That person needs to call you.
Yeah.
And you can compare notes and you can say, I did this without a degree.
Exactly.
maybe you
I
can
sure
teach
did.
at
It cost
NYU.
me $400,000.
Hey.
Maybe you can teach at NYU.
No, thank you. No, I'm good.
So with
what?
all these, knowing that these exist,
How many?
what if I could ask both of you,
Okay, yeah.
what degree would you like to get if you could
Make up your own.
make it up as we're doing? What degree would you go get if it was, it's all aside. Obviously, you just read some of
You
the
can
most-
make it anything
you want. Anything you want.
I would do. I'm too boring. I would do like a. I would do a focus or a. Well, I keep forgetting the word. To me, it's a major. I don't
Memory
know.
studies.
Yes. Memory studies, clearly. No, I can't concentrate.
Right,
This is
right.
I'm so confused.
Yes.
A concentration in, as you're not going to be surprised, Bible studies, biblical
Okay.
theology.
Right.
Jesus. Actually, I just want to teach.
A major
I
in
just want to learn about
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I want to major in
Concentrate.
Jesus.
Concentration. Jeez.
I want a concentration in Jesus, which
Yes.
we all should be doing, and then I would do I would love to do a sustainable fashion thing, and
Okay.
and really have my own
That's your minor.
sustainable, a sustainable clothing line.
Okay.
I would love that, which I kind of have one now, but nobody's buying it. What would you do?
Philosophical study of horizontal black relaxation.
Sleep.
Called nap. Nap
Nap
time.
time.
Afternoon siesta.
I would actually take that for study.
Yeah, I've taken it many times.
I did not take one today, but
He
I
aced
normally
Oh, I did. I took one.
He aces it.
Yeah.
I'd have a double major in Major League Baseball about the mid 70s to about the mid 90s.
Uh-huh.
I would love to relive those days. My double major would be Indiana basketball,
Oh, no, nice. Uh-huh.
and with a minor in country music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Concentration on Ronnie Millsap and maybe the Statler Brothers.
Statler Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta have the Statler Brothers.
So I'm getting A's and all that. I'm putting all your degrees
Yes.
in the dirt.
Well,
the dirt.
I just,
So-
as we wrap this up, I just want to say, and maybe they're okay with it, maybe you're okay with it. I feel bad for kids these days.
I do too.
I
do too.
That they're not really being. I don't feel like they're being set up for success. I just feel like it's almost like they're being set up for failure with some of this stuff, and especially with the mounting debt. It's a crisis in our country.
Crushing.
So, just don't forget, there's always the opportunity in the trades. We need a lot
Absolutely.
more tradesmen. So there's always that opportunity. But that was a fun look at stuff, and I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all letting me go through that list.
Yep.
It's quite incredible, I thought. Well, God bless you. We hope you have a great rest of your afternoon. And if it's Lord's will, we'll be back in here next Friday for another edition from the General Store.